Hello and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to play Chamber on Icebox. This is one video in a series that I'm doing where I'm going over Chamber on every map and showing you guys how to play them. We're going over trapwires or trademarks and TP spots with the rendezvous. Today we're talking about Icebox, which is one of my favorite maps to play Chamber on. The elevation is very, very fun to take advantage of, and there are a lot of cool plays that you can make on both attack and defense. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing we'll be talking about, as usual, is trademarks on the defense side of Icebox. And the trademark that I throw pretty much every single round on defense is I will put one right here in kitchen. You can also put one inside of this slope. I'm pretty sure this is banned in tournaments though, but you can use this in ranked play. This little metal ramp will hide the tripwire. People push up into kitchen and they come through here. They'll get spotted by it and they can't see it, so they can't shoot it. You know, they don't know where it is exactly. But this one is the one that I throw the most. If people are coming up through the tube and they are smoking off this trapwire, I like to throw one just a little bit more shallow. That way, when they come around the corner pre-aiming this, they'll get spotted by this one and it will get broken 99% of the time. But at least you'll have that little early warning that somebody has crept up into the kitchen area on the map. But this is a tripwire I throw pretty much every single round because it's very important to hold kitchen control in this map. But a lot of teams and a lot of players don't really like to fight for it because your effort could be better spent elsewhere. Another thing that I like to do is I notice that they're coming up mid to A a lot, or they have like a lurker coming mid to A. I like to drop off boiler at the start of the round, at the start of the barrier, and I like to trip right here. So our B players only have to watch under tube and orange area. So if like they're pressuring mid a lot, I'll usually spend both my trips on these two parts of the map. But if I only am doing kitchen and I have another trip to use, here are some of my favorite A trips. I like to put one, the barrier is usually like right here. And I like to put one like right here. And what I usually do with this is I'll put a trip there for the wide swing of maze. And then what I usually do is I'll play generator here. I'll play generator and I'll just use that trapwire or that trademark just so that I don't have to be worried about people coming from the deep angle. I only have to really focus on people swinging me from the shallow angle. So that just is sort of like an ease of mind thing when I'm playing this generator position. Other trapwires that you can do, you can put one right here. If you want to play this one back, but a little bit more passive, you can put one right here. I like to put one right here a lot because this is a very good trademark to fight off of in the back of sight. You can wait for this to go off. It'll slow this big area and you can swing out into it, take a fight, etc. One more is you can, as soon as the barrier drops, you can put one right here, play off of this. When they swing in, you can peek out, get a kill, have your TP set up and get back. So that pretty much covers the A bomb site. Let's go over to the B. The best trademark in my opinion on the B bomb site is I will just put one right here. Again, this is in combination with one of the kitchen tripwires, but I will just put one here at the end of B main. And now with this new yellow, you can sort of put one back here to slow them if they try and swing right side sight. So you can like sort of play and just hold this angle and fight this. You put one right here, or when they push into the bomb site and they actually go for a plant, this bot will spot them and it will slow them. And then you can also just do something along the lines, maybe this. It'll catch anybody that's trying to swing through the back of sight because it will just barely right here, barely gets the edge of that. So if anybody wants to swing back sight and fight through, really depends on how passive you're playing, but that will catch it. I haven't ever really put a trademark for under tube, but this is something you could also do if you're the B player and you really don't want to worry about mid. You could have one trademark in kitchen and you could have the other for under tube, but I'm pretty sure you'd have to wait for the barrier to go down on this one. Wait, no, I think you're good. I don't think I've ever thrown that trapwire. I'm just putting it out there as something that you can do. All right, let's talk about TPs and aggressive TPs that you can do. So very obvious aggressive TP play that you can do is you can do something like this where you're top yellow, have a very safe teleport to play off of back here, and you can go for a early pick into here. If you have an op, you can see right into this door frame. It's a very good angle, or you can play out wider if you think the jet's going to updraft, but you have to be worried about a lot more angles. But at the same time, you're playing an off angle up here, and if you get in any gunfight that you feel like you can't handle, you can TP out instantly. On the same vein, something I like to do is I like to play like an up down thing where like I am just like I TP pretty much in place. So what I'll do is I'll put this trademark here and I'll go for the first pick. I'll get a kill, and then in the confusion, I'll TP away. But usually when you're like, people are gunfighting and the TP goes off, they can't really tell where you've teleported to. If you teleport straight down back into place, people will probably second guess themselves and they won't really be able to tell where you TP'd. And then you can play off your trademark and take the second fight from here. But you're pretty much, if you do this setup, you're fighting to the death in this spot and you're not playing to get out. You're playing just to get more kills. So it's a little bit more aggressive, but it can catch people off guard if you don't do it all the time. Some other cool TP tech is you can put one right here at the start of the round. TP up here, and then the barrier is usually like right here, something like this. But once the barrier goes down, you can run over here and you can jump on top of this box, and you can play from on top of this box, and the TP that was against the barrier will still get you from even back here. But you have to sort of be careful, because if they rush out this, they'll see it. So what I usually do, I usually wait for the barrier to drop, put it down, and in the same momentum I run up with it, and you can TP like this. Just from this is definitely the better option. But if you're just going for something really quick and then you're going to TP out instantly, you can be lazy with it. So yeah, that covers some B trips. You know, just be creative with where you're teleporting yourself to, and try and think about it in a way that you can TP into the back line and play off your trademark. I know I've hammered this into you the last two guides, but it's really something that you should really be focused on if you want to get better with chamber. Is the phase 1, phase 2 of playing defense. You go for your first aggressive play, and then you TP into the back lines, and then you play off of your backline defense in order to get another pick, play more reserved, etc. So for example, like you could have this right here, and you could go for your first pick on top of yellow. You get a kill top yellow, you TP back, and now you're waiting for the trademark that is here to go off, and maybe you peek out and you try and catch somebody who's slowed trying to walk into the default plant position. You got to be creative with, and you got to think about stuff like that when you're playing chamber on the defensive side of the map. But if you can get good with it and you can learn the off angle, then you will farm kills on the defensive side. He is very strong at catching people off guard. For the most part, on the A side of the map, my favorite TPs are usually I'll anchor one right here on the staircase, and then you can do a lot of the same stuff that Jet does. You can put one up here, TP on top of it. You can put one top screens. You can play top screens off of a TP. But one of my favorite aggressive plays to make with chamber is I have my TP out at the start. As soon as the barrier drops, I jump, get on the rope, drop, put my TP down on top of 410, and then I peek pipes just like this. It's the same way that a Jet would do it, but you can be just a little bit more aggressive with it, right? Because of the way that the teleport works on chamber with the big circle, you can sort of just peek out. Well, what? Get a little over aggressive with it. And if you can put it down, and if you can even get it down so that you can get all the way across the pipes, then you can be even more aggressive with it. And you can push out to an angle like this, an angle that you would never be able to escape from with Jet, but you can push out to this, take a shot, TP back. He is very good for going for that aggressive early pick on A. Same thing with this TP. I like to put it behind generator, because it's a very safe spot to put your TP. It's probably not going to get broken back there. And then I like to push up into this angle. I like to play here. You can hold the pipes, jump up. You can peek out lower, try and catch somebody with a timing when they're not expecting an enemy to peek, kill him, TP back. The Asana angle, something that's very famously coined the Asana angle, which he loves to play from here with Reyna. What I'll do, I'll put this trademark down so it just has my right side covered, put the other teleport right here, and then you just sort of use this wall to line up with 410, and you just hold this angle right here. People will just run into your crosshair, you get one, and you can TP right back out. He does it a lot with Reyna, where he'll dismiss out afterwards, but it's even stronger with chamber just because of how instant the TP is, and you can rest assured and you can have that peace of mind that you're gonna get out safely. You don't have to worry about getting like snagged and running away and having the other team scale on you quickly, because if teams are using like movement abilities, especially now with the Brimstone beacon buff, I'm not saying people are going to start playing Brim on Icebox, that's pretty unlikely, but in general, like Chamber's TP is very good for getting out of a situation in which you're getting rushed or run down, compared to like a Jet dash or a Reyna dismiss, because you can travel that much further and you can guarantee that your teleport is in a spot that will be safe for you to TP out of. Another aggressive TP that I really like to do is I like to play this off angle. I'll hit the rope, but once the barrier goes down, I'll jump up here and I'll stand on top of 410. If you get your Jet op, or you get somebody to post on top of belt up here, then what you can do actually is, if you notice the other team's pushing into the nest a lot, you can peek over and you can actually see this rope, and you can get free kills all day long right here if people just keep going up that rope into nest. You can catch them off guard with this pretty good. Again, you don't have to have an op to do it, but you know, the same thing with pipes. You jump over here, you put a TP down here, and you can play on top of the pipes. So there's a lot of really good aggressive TP plays you can do. And then you can even get into nest, but if you get into nest, you can't do it from back here. It's just a little bit out of range. Your TP is gonna have to be a little exposed, but if you put it on the rafter right here, you can do the very common nest zip line, where as soon as the round starts, you just jump up, you zip, and then you silent zip the rest of the way. You get here, you put your TP down, and now you can look for a kill, get a kill, TP out. You need to be careful though, when you put that TP down, people are gonna know you're up there, so maybe it's better better to get the kill, hide, put the TP down, and then TP out afterwards instead of giving them that audio cue. All right, so let's go over attack side tripwires. If I know that we're rushing the A-bomb site, I'll put one right here and I'll put one right here, and this will just cover both of the entrances. Easy peasy. Don't have to worry about them. If I know we're guaranteed going A, I'll throw those. Other than that, at the start of the round, if we're playing a more defaulty style thing, or I want really early information on their flanks, there's a barrier that's like right here, and I'll put one trademark on the barrier like this, so when they push up mid, it will catch them, and then I will put the other one like right over here, and this one will get all of this lane. This one can be shot pretty easily, and if they're expecting this, they'll probably smoke it off, because while it covers the whole distance of the lane, if they hug back here, they're out of range of it, so they can shoot it for free, or if it's like a jet, he can throw his smoke and then pass it without you guys knowing. So you just need to be a little aware of this one, but it's still, I still really like throwing it. And then if you only want to use like one tripwire for A, you can kind of just put one like in the center, like right here, and it's just barely big enough, as you can see by the radius, it's just barely big enough to cover this whole area. This is like a really budget scenario where like you only have one trap wire and you kind of have to do it, but they will see this one from a mile away and they will smoke it if they have the smoke available. Really depends on if the jet is flanking or not, or if the Viper still has her orb. But yeah, same thing over at B. If I'm playing B, or if I know my team is ending B, I'll put one right here, like at the start, and this will cover the entrance into here and the entrance into here. But again, if they play deep enough, they can come out to here, they can find the tripwire, and then they can smoke it and pass it. But usually that doesn't happen, and usually I get pretty good value out of these trapwires. As for the Headhunter and the ultimate, I talked about it on the Ascent guide, but I just like to buy bullets for my Headhunter whenever possible. Usually my favorite pistol round buy on this map is usually a Ghost and double trip, but if I know I'm going to be fighting, say, like Belt up here, I'll get 5 Sheriff shots or 5 Headhunter shots and double trips. I can sort of post on this backline on pistol round when my teammates push up, because there's only 2 body shots to kill from this range, unless of course they have armor. But his Headhunter is very, very good on this map because there's a lot of really long distance. So if you are really good with hitting your shots with this in the ADS, you can use it just like a Guardian and get a lot of free rounds for your team if you're hitting your shots. And then for the op, again, I like to use it mainly on eco rounds or low budget situations, in which I want to buy with my team, but we can't quite afford all 5. Maybe we can get 4 guns. I'll use my op. And usually the best way to use an op on this map is sort of just to post on this backside swing, whether you're posted rafter, or if you know they're lower, you'll just post backside. And I swear almost every single time I do this, somebody, at least one person, will just walk into my crosshair. They're trying to swing my teammates when they're in this choke point, but I'm just posted on the back of Belt, waiting, holding, and usually I can kill anybody that tries to peek my teammates from up here. And yeah, that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to talk about Chamber on this map. He is very, very good on Icebox. I like playing him on this map a lot. I think he's very, very fun to fight with on this map and go for early aggressive picks. If you guys have any questions or concerns, or any more, just any comments that you want to share, please leave them in the comment section down below. Please drop a like if you like this video and you want to see more content just like this. And if you want my opinion on something and you can't get it from me in this YouTube video, I stream every single day on Twitch from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/Bumpaah. You can come to my chat. You can ask me any questions that you want about Chamber, and I'll be happy to answer them. All right. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.